Hello and welcome. My name is Amber Latimer, and I will be giving you guys a speech today about home buying. Have you ever been curious about buying a home or ever wonder what the steps are to do so? Well, today I'm going to share some of those home buying facts with you, as well as the steps to purchasing your first home. I recently purchased my first home in September of last year and would like to share with you some of the statistics that I thought were kind of interesting and um and what that details for first-time home buyers. Who doesn't like a little facts? Some of the statistics that I found for first-time home buyers was from the New York Times in 2017. The median age was 32 years old for the first-time home buyer. During July of 2009 to June of 2010, this is really neat. Roughly half of the homes sold nationally were by first-time home buyers. That's huge. It recently, I think it said in 2017, has dropped to about 25% of the homes sold nationally are first-time home buyers. 18% of those homes that were sold in 2017 were purchased by women, where only 8% were by males. Although the males could afford more per home by roughly, I think it was $10,000 to $12,000 more than females. Some of this was interesting, and I wanted to share a few of those statistics with you. It kind of goes to show you some interesting facts about first-time home buyers. We're going to jump into the 3 basic steps or process for buying a home. So what happens before the search, during the search, and after your search. And finding out some fun stuff. So, purchasing your first home can come with a mix of feelings, questions, emotions. Can be a scary thing, so hopefully this will shed a little light on the situation for you. The first thing I'm going to discuss that needs to be done before you start your search is you want to look at your credit score. Determine if it's high enough. According to a website on the FHA, which is one of the home loans that you can get for a first-time home buyer, they said that generally your credit needs to be at least 620 to be considered for a home loan. I have seen other loan companies that require as low as a 540. So it kind of just varies on your debt, varies on your numbers, your loan officer, your loan company, things like that. Next, they will want to look at your debt to income ratio. So most lenders will not allow you to pay more than 45% of your gross monthly income towards all of your debt. So that would include a home loan, car loan, credit card debt, student loan debts. They'll look at all of that and determine if more things need to be paid off before you can continue with your search for your home. Next, they'll look at what type of loan you can be approved for. There's construction loans, FHA loans, loans for veterans, conventional loans, rural development loans. So there's a wide variety that you can choose from. They all have different interest rates, down payments. Just kind of varies on your situation, credit scores, the amount of money you have to put down, things like that. Once you figure all of this out, you can roughly determine what you can afford and what kind of loan you have. So once that's all tied in, we move to step 2. The second step is, of course, looking for your new home. The first thing you're going to want to do is find a real estate agent. That agent is going to be somebody who you trust, who understands what your needs and wants are for your family, and kind of understands what to show you, what your needs are. Once you find them, you can start scheduling showings for properties and things that interest you. Once you find a home that you are interested in, you can place what is called a contingent offer on the home. That's kind of just a rough estimate of what you want to pay for the house, what you want to include in the sale of the house, like fridges, microwaves, things that could or could not be attached, sheds, whatever. Once that is signed between the buyer and the seller, you can move on to the home inspection. The home inspection is a huge thing. 95% of all home buyers complete a home inspection. They're very important, and they will tell you the good things of the house, the bad things about the house, and anything about the house. Super important. During the last step, once you get your inspection back, you want to go ahead then and revamp your contract. You can either negotiate your previous offer, you can ask for things to be fixed, contingent on the sale, or you can just walk away from the deal. If you have a home inspection and there's asbestos or mold or major damage, you can just walk away. The last step then, once you determine that and you want to sign your last contract or your last deal, your loan officer will gather all paperwork that is needed, such as proof of pay stubs, previous taxes, bank statements, home insurance quotes, land taxes, and they send it all off to be calculated at underwriting with your loan officer and loan company. During that time, you set up an appropriate close date that can vary on your underwriting and how long it takes, as well as other paperwork. Roughly 3 weeks, you get an answer back. Once it's approved, your closing date arrives. You bring your down payment, sign lots and lots of papers. Can't even explain how many papers you will sign. And then, boom, you're a brand new homeowner. So with that, I have a cute little thing that I found I want to share. Sorry, it's on my cell phone, but it's quite funny. Kind of hard to see, but this is how homeowners feel when they get their keys. Pretty dang excited. I thought it was cute. Had to share it. So that brings me to my conclusion. It's kind of a whirlwind. Explained a lot of things. But I hope the information was helpful to those of you who may be thinking about a home or haven't purchased a home yet. After listening to my speech, I hope you have a better understanding of what happens during the steps to home buying. Like I said, it was a very short description of what happens, but it hits a lot of the major points and the topics that happen with every single home purchase. None of the steps I talked about don't happen unless you're doing something on a foreclosed home. Might be a little different situation. But thank you all again for listening, and I hope you felt that my speech was informational and helpful. Thanks, guys.